Hello, everyone. I thought I would start a series called Ideas for Stories or for Books That I Don't Have Time to Write. I think this would be an interesting series because I have literally hundreds of ideas for stories. Like literally, I have that many, and most of which won't become books or stories of any kind. But I thought I would talk to you about some of them. And of course, I've been kind of reluctant to do this because I worry about people possibly stealing some of the better ideas. Um, but I do have a lot of ideas that I would like to talk about because obviously not everything can become a story or a book, and these will be fleshed out to varying degrees. So today I thought I would talk to you, and these are in various genres. I don't have any genre preferences. So today I thought I would talk to you about this idea that I have for a detective book or even a detective book series. It would take place primarily in the 1970s, and it would be about this African American detective named Tony Blake. And the format would be kind of interesting because, for example, for the first book, and of course this would be a series, would be about would not start with Tony Blake. It would be these about these this group of psychics or people who think they're psychic, who will go to this house to be monitored by this university professor who has an obsession with psychics and studying psychics, but something will go wrong and someone will end up dead. I'm not sure who, and then Tony Blake will enter the picture. So it's basically about Tony Blake solving crimes, usually crimes that have some kind of a supernatural dimension. Perhaps not always, but that's the twist. And again, the stories would start out with there would kind of be little miniature story. I mean, like novels or novellas at the beginning that don't involve Tony Blake at all, and then something happens, and then he's brought in to solve the mystery, and this and also this book, when it comes to the kind of people that Tony Blake associates with and works with, um, that the characters would be very diverse in terms of race and ethnicity and all of that, which I typically don't have a lot of diverse characters in my books. It's not because I'm against that, but just because sometimes the environments that I place my stories in, sometimes it doesn't always seem natural or accurate, and so which I believe is important, or sometimes like sometimes such characters don't always enter my imagination. But in this case, I think it would be perfectly appropriate because Tony Blake would have a partner who I think would be a female partner who would be of Latin descent, and uh, and then there would be I'm thinking of from one of the books there was this villain who was going to be of Asian descent, in particular. Of course, in the first book, the professor though was going to be the guy studying the psychic phenomena was going to kind of look like Leonard Nimoy because that's who I imagine in my head doing it, and so but no, this would be a series of books, which I don't know though if I would be committed to writing a series of detective books. It would probably, and I also think Tony Blake is a good name for a detective for some reason. And it sounds like the name Tony Blake sounds like a famous person or figure. But as far as I know, I looked up the name Tony Blake, and there is no fictional character, real person, or real famous person with that name. There are normal people with the name Tony Blake, but and and so no, but again, I'm not sure how committed I would be to writing story after story. If I did do a series, I might write one book and then I would do several other books, and then I might come back to the series if I have an idea. And but no, that's this is just one of many ideas that I have. So later on, I'll come back with another episode where I'll tell you about other ideas that I have.